inspiration for this two-picture layout from Scrappy Sketches, Tiffany Dixon on Pinterest. Now, I'm just going through right now showing you, I've got the two pictures. I did pull some scraps from my scrap bin, and then I've got some paper. Most of it's kind of all coordinated together. And I like this one. I've gone way out of my comfort zone in using a lot of different colors and a lot of different shapes. I also was inspired by a class that I'm taking online from craftsy.com, and the one I'm looking at right now is really interesting. Check it out if you feel like it. And this is a 12 by 12 Bo Bunny paper called Country Garden, and it's Bo Bunny Back to Basics. This layer here is from the first year's Cricut cartridge cut at 9 by 9, and the name of the cut is a square label frame. It has two cuts to it. I just did the largest one, which what I think would be considered the shadow. And that paper there is, oh, that's the back side of that Bo Bunny. This paper here is My Mind's Eye, and it's called Find Your Wings and Fly. And one side is a really cute pink and white chevron, and then the other side is this floral color. And here and there I will pull in the sample that I printed out from Tiffany Dixon just to show you where I'm at and to kind of help keep me guided. This is a Elegant Edges cut, and it's the top layer. Now at first I put this on crooked and I didn't notice it, so I'm going to go back and I'll tear it up. But instead of using just a solid circle, I went ahead and used that one, and I found it by searching scalloped circle on the Elegant Edges Cricut cartridge. Now here she has a bunch of banner type things, and I liked that she didn't do the ribbon cut or the banner cut. She kind of did a wavy cut, so I went ahead and did that. Now I have to apologize. Number one, my lighting is still, I'm having issues with that. I've been trying all kinds of light bulbs and lamps, and it's still really just not very bright. I've tried to edit through Movie Maker, and well, it's a whole other story. But I do have a new camera stand, and it's in a different position. Instead of it being in front of me, I've got it hooked onto a shelf that's right there on my craft desk, and I really like it. I don't ever bump it. I'm trying to get used to the fact that I can't actually see in my camera to see if I am in frame, but luckily so far I've got that. Now this is just an extra strip, both of these are, of the leftover paper. This one I'm going to go ahead and make as a banner, the banner cut. And just going to layer, how many pieces here have I got here? 3, 4 pieces here and there. And this one here is something that I just got at Hobby Lobby, and it's called the Paper Studio, I believe. You guys that shop at Hobby Lobby would know. I actually cut off the label. I think it's called, yeah, the Paper Studio. If I'm wrong, you can go ahead and leave a comment so that we all know where I got it and what I did. And that was a little extra piece, so I thought I'd lay that down there. I'm just doing a lot of layers on this one, a lot of different patterns. The colors sort of blend in. There's got some pinks and blues and yellows, and I actually put the tape on the wrong side for that one, so I'm going to grab another piece and just hand cut that. That's just from the back side of that yellow, as you can see. And I'm going to layer that right on top of there. Now my two pictures, one of them, that's the horizontal one, will cover those strips just a little bit, but enough that you can still see them poking out. And there's one more to go. Trying to find it. I had placed it there on my desk. There it is. No, that's not it. Okay, that was actually on my desk, totally unrelated to the layout, and I loved it. So I went ahead and put that on. And there it is. So let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and photomat my two photos. These photos were taken, they're selfies that my husband took from his iPhone, and he shared them on the cloud with me, and they're kind of fuzzy, and I did everything I could to edit those. I don't have a good editing software. I do need to do that because I do a lot of scrapbooking, and it seems silly not to have good editing software for your photos. I did try PicMonkey. I got the coloring right. PicMonkey.com is amazing, by the way. There I'm just pulling in the sketch to make sure that I'm following it the best I can. That's a little label. It's the same one as the very first layer that I put down, but it's cut at 3 by 3, and that's from the first year's Cricut cartridge. Looking at my sketch again. Now these are glitter stickers, and they're from Glitz and Glitter. And I've had these for a really long time. I think I probably got them at the Scrapbook Expo 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm having a hard time deciding because I love all the sayings on this one. So I went ahead and picked the one that says lovely. And I like that they're black because my husband's actually wearing a black shirt. So it's kind of pulling that black out a little bit. But I did want to keep it feminine because my mother-in-law is a lady. Now I wanted to glimmer mist these white recollection flowers, but I forgot that this particular one is called Candlelight, was clogged up. So I'm trying my best here to go ahead and color these. This is a gorgeous yellowish orange color, and the spray thing would not work, so I'm dipping it in the little drops that I put on my little scrap craft paper there, and it wasn't working. So I'm being very bold here and pouring a big blob out there. Now I grabbed my Cricut tweezers, which I just bought. I thought they were kind of cool looking, but I'm not being very coordinated with using them yet. They're quite bigger and they're really hard to squeeze. And I don't know if you guys have watched my videos, or I mentioned I have arthritis. So it's really hard to squeeze things, you know, open up cans and not cans. Ooh, that would be hard. Open up bottles that have lid twistlets and stuff. That's one of the things that us arthritis sufferers have to deal with. So I grabbed my other tweezers and, oh yeah, woe is me, right, Kim? No, not a big deal. So I'm drying these out a little bit because I just saturated the heck out of them. And I'm going to take out my heat gun here in a second and give them a little boost to dry. And I'll set those aside before I put them on the layout. I noticed when I used the heat gun, the glimmer part of that glimmer mist, it just popped out, and I thought, wow, that's really pretty. And I'm working in threes here. Yeah, they turned out really, really pretty. I'm very happy with how they turned out. I had fun doing this layout. I added a lot of really cool stuff. Alright, setting that aside, and the glimmer mist as well. I'm going to pull the layout back in, down a little bit far. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. This is where I noticed that I laid that down crooked. Now, it's just little tiny white dots on this, but it was so far off. This is actually going to be my journaling tag, and I was going to use the lines of the dots to try and keep my line straight. I may end up just typing something and putting it on there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the photo mat for this one. And at first I was trying to, you know, be frugal with my paper, but it was just too big of a picture, and I cropped this down as smallest as I could. Otherwise I was going to end up cutting off their shoulders, and I didn't want to do that. So just finishing that up. Long story short, my mother-in-law had just gotten out of the hospital. You can actually see her little hospital band there. I just noticed that. And she had fractured a vertebrae in her back, and she's 90 years old. So she, you know, was really struggling with that. So he went over to see her. I referred back to the sketch, see what else I could put on here. These are my Mind's Eye chipboard stickers. I had got these a while back. They're the Chick Indie brand, and I use these quite a bit, even on my cards. They're absolutely beautiful. I discovered here that the back of it was already had adhesive on it, so I just peeled that piece of paper off and put that there. A little banner for underneath. The sketch showed a scallop, and that's okay. These are from my friend Deb. She makes these buttons, and I'm including her information if you would like to go by and see what she has for you if you're interested in it. They are adorable. I'm telling you, they're so cute. Now, I was going to use a glue dot for this, and I grabbed my glue dots, and it wasn't a big enough glue dot. It was one of those little medium to small ones. So I didn't even attempt. And then the thing popped into my head, oh my gosh, what am I thinking? I need to pop this up with a foam adhesive. So I grabbed those, liked it, glad I had made that quick decision. And this particular button says real life. Just going to put that right there on top of that label. Now I'm just looking at those chipboard stickers, trying to think of what else I wanted to do here. I put that down because I wasn't really pleased at what I was doing. These stickers are my mind's eye as well. They're stickers, not chipboard, and it's from the Sweetest Thing collection. And I got these a while ago too. Don't quite remember, probably Joann's. And I put that butterfly down there, and I'm going to probably end up, this point I'm trying to remember, yes, I did put the second butterfly down as well. And nothing was really popping out at me on those two sheets there, except for the butterfly. So I put that one on there. Those are my flowers. They're 99% dry. Now, I always have this thing about my glue. Like, it doesn't come out when I'm doing a video. But in this case, I don't know if I'm going to be on camera for this. I pushed it out and just this big old blob came out. But no worries. I took whatever the leftover was and used it, you know, with the other flowers. Now this is a With Love XOXO stamp that I've had for a very long time. I have no idea where I got this from, but I just love it. I decided to go ahead and stamp it, you know, just horizontally. I was going to kind of put it at an angle like the butterflies, but I left that alone. Yay, this is my new stamp. I've been wanting to buy one of these for years. Got this at Hobby Lobby, and it's a Dear Lizzie stamp, and it has some really cute sayings on it along with the dates. And I just wanted to do a test stamp there. I've never used this before, so I wasn't really sure, like, am I going to get it straight? And you know what? I didn't get it straight, but I liked it. It was okay. I thought, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. And this one actually says Lovely Day, and it was on May 18th of 2014. This is a new block that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's from Stampabilities. Wanted to try that out. Looking at those chipboard stickers again, thinking I wanted something right there, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, there it was. I had some bling sitting on my desk, so I decided to use that bling, give it a little bit more color, a little bit more character. My big scissors were not cutting it, so I grabbed my little ones, and I'm going to be putting that down with just a strip of, it's actually not score tape. It's something that I got at Joann's. It's like score tape, but that's not the brand, and I don't remember what the brand is. I'm so helpful, aren't I, in this layout? And I'm going to put that right along this side there, next to my husband's face. He's going to have a blingy bling face. And this particular score tape that I bought at Joann's, it's not as sticky as the score tape name brand. So I wouldn't suggest using it if you're making a scrapbook mini album where the paper really needs to stick to the chipboard. But it works perfect for layouts, especially if you're like me where you feel like you need to pick things up and move them around after you already put it down. Alright, so I'm wrapping things up here, and I'm at the point where I don't know if I'm going to hand journal on that or if I'm going to go ahead and use my computer and just type something out. There's the glue blob. Let's just say I had plenty of glue. I will not have a problem with those flowers staying on. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your patience in the lighting too. I'm really trying hard to get that all worked out. So have a nice day.